أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر صدق الله العلي العظيم. I would like to first start by wishing all of you, brothers and sisters, a very happy Eid Mubarak. Just to give you a small intro on COEJ and what COEJ is and what COEJ does, for those of you who don't know. So COEJ is a federation, is a regional federation that looks after all the Jamaats in Europe. So currently we have 16 Jamaats from Sweden, France, Switzerland to all the Jamaats in the UK, including your Jamaat in Leicester. The structure that COEJ runs under right now is we have 36 trustees that are made by all the Jamaat leaders, some elected councillors, and the office bearers. And one of the office bearer, who is somebody who supports me quite a lot, is from your Jamaat. The honorary treasury is Muhammad Ali Muraj, who's sitting there. And that shows that this Jamaat, by the way, this Jamaat has been my home since last year. So I moved to Leicester since last year. In the process of looking for a place to move, when I moved back into the country, I had a few criteria. And Leicester fit all the criteria because it's always been a very active community. It has always felt home. I know most of you here, I feel like everybody's like my brothers here. In fact, brothers in faith, but also brothers as friends for many years. So this ticked all the boxes to move to Leicester. And Leicester is another place where you have a lot of volunteers that are very active on a day-to-day basis. In fact, if I remember, Leicester was one of the only Jamaat that stayed open for the longest during the COVID challenges. Of course, under the guidelines of the government. And this says a lot about this Jamaat. And I think you have something very solid in this Jamaat. So I'm gonna come back to this about Leicester and reflection on where we should be going as you have another project. But I will continue first with COEJ and what we do. So part of COEJ, we have the 36 trustees, but we also have the boards that I appoint as the president, and these are the boards that are actually carrying out the work that you do, that you see. One of the board being the Hajj group. Now, we've had challenging times for the last 2 years and we haven't been able to go to Hajj. Alhamdulillah, this year we have announced that we will be able to take Hujjaj to Saudi. So I'm going next week to finalize all the preparations for Hajj, and we're looking forward to taking the Hujjaj back to Hajj this year. We have also boards, the sports body. Sports body, as you know, is one of the most active and engaging body that we have in any Jamaat right now. We have higher attendance in any sports matches than we have at the center sometimes. And we need to capitalize on that, because I feel when our children are out there playing, that's also a form of tabligh, and we need to encourage them to attend more and mix within the community so we can give better value. So COEJ is going to be announcing very soon all the sports events that we are planning for the year. Unfortunately, MAMT is going to be quite challenging this year because the weekend that we usually do it falls in Muharram this year. So we will be announcing very soon. It's the head that I've appointed for COEJ Sports Board is Abbas Mirali from Stanmore. So you will be hearing very soon the new announcements. You've already seen an event on COEJ Marhaba, which is the women's sports weekend that they're planning in June. We have the marriage board, which is soon going to be starting their events. Now, this is another challenge we have. The feedback I got from the community that it's getting more and more challenging to find spouses. And those who have found spouses, it's very difficult to stay in marriage these days. These are real challenges that we need to address. Now, it's good as COEJ, we will help strategically to get people, the matchmakers together, and to find spouses for the younger generations. But also those who are married, we need to guide everybody, because otherwise our job is not fully done. If we're not guiding people in where they're going with their day-to-day life, then we're also failing. I'm not going to go through all the boards because now my time's running out. But we have health board. You know, we have health and well-being. These are serious challenges right now since COVID that our community is facing. There's a lot of seniors and elderly people who are finding this very tough because not being able to meet, this was their well-being. This was their places of worship, but also to see people once a week. So a lot of these people are not able to come out of their house. So we need to also address these issues. ICRA, which is the religious affairs body for COEJ. Now I've appointed Sheikh Nuru Muhammad as the head of ICRA, and he will be guiding us, and we will be doing a lot more tabligh work as a strategic body, working with all the resident alims. So the board, even though it's head by Sheikh Nuru Muhammad, but all the resident alims are part of the board now, and we've ratified that at the Executive Council. Now, I'll come back to the project now that I mentioned. So you have a great project, and I've given my personal pledge and support to Brother Samir that I will be supporting personally and as COEJ this new project of yours. However, there's a reflection I would like to leave before I end. These community centers, they're here for a purpose. And we attend these centers to get value out of this. And when I say value, being a community center, the value is very different than what we would see either in our business or in our work. However, it's not very different because we wouldn't do anything in our day-to-day life without looking at the aim and the goal of what we're doing. So I always say that your intention is very important in anything you do. Because without intention, you cannot achieve anything. And it's the same here. So if we have a vision, if we have an intention and an aim, but we don't put anything into action, that intention is only a dream. I could have the best intention in the world, but if I don't implement that or put that into an action, that's just a dream. And if I just carry out the action, and that's with all due respect to every volunteer, I'm sure everybody's intention is the best, but I will take it upon myself. If I'm a volunteer of this community, and all I'm doing is just serving you, without the bigger intention of what I'm trying to get out of this and what I'm trying to get out of the center, then that action again becomes very similar to the example that is given in Surah Jummah, that the donkey that just carries the books. He doesn't know what he's carrying. But intention and action together can change the world. And I feel that this center has all the ingredients to make this as the best dish. So let's work together on this. Let's achieve this great center and the transformation center that you're going to be working on. But let's look at the vision and what we're trying to achieve. This should not become just a center that we attend and we leave and we forget about the values. And I'm glad that Sheikh mentioned, let's forgive each other. This is a great day. This is where the real challenge starts. First of Shawwal is the real test. It hasn't been the 30 days that is the test. That was most probably a test of hunger. That was a test of abstaining from everything. But the real test that we need to implement in our lives are going to start from today in our actions. Thank you very much for listening. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.